Is really a scary night, and we've heard that from a number of people who were out and about when they got word that there was this suspect who was just shooting at random at people, and we also believe there. I'm getting some new information into me. I want to make sure we've confirmed it first. That the notion that someone feels like it's okay just to go around shooting people is very, very disturbing, because we like to at least feel that if we take the precautions we're supposed to take as citizens and care for one another and do the right thing, that we don't have to worry about something like this happening. But apparently, at least at one of the situations, based on what we're hearing from eyewitnesses at the Poplar and Evergreen location, there was the suspect pretended to be hurt, but was not. Rebecca Butcher is our reporter at that scene at Poplar and Evergreen. Rebecca, what can you tell us about what you're seeing there? What have you been able to learn from any scene commanders that are there? And what are you observing that police are doing or looking for where you're located there?
Richard, yes. Well, I was first here to get on the scene here at Poplar in Auburndale. Not far from here is where a woman was shot after an eyewitness to that shooting said that suspect with that handgun, quote, was acting like he was hurt, going up to a couple of vehicles after a 4-car crash here in the area. I did learn from him that he went up to this woman. He says that she was in scrubs. She was in her car, but she was also getting out, likely to figure out this car wreck situation, and he shot her. So right now we do believe, based on this eyewitness account, that it was someone in the medical profession who was shot here. We have since learned that person was rushed to the hospital, and we're still. Of course, it's an emotional scene. Let me show you what we're seeing here. We've seen them here in the area at least for the last hour. It's been more than that. They've been very quiet. As soon as I got here, I was asking police crews, if they could identify this as the victim that was hurt, if the suspect was still in the area. They're very tight-lipped right now, of course. If you've been watching this coverage, you know that we have gotten alerts from the city to stay inside, and as well. Now, so far what's changed in this area since I've been here, ABC 24, it's definitely calmed down. The person who was shot has been moved out of the area. We do know that that car that she was in had been taken by this suspect. Now, that suspect we know is 19-year-old Ezekiel Kelly. According to police, they have been warning people about this person. We now know he is driving a gray Toyota SUV with Arkansas tags, possibly driving east on Poplar Avenue, and he's responsible for multiple shootings, all while going on Facebook Live. Now, they don't have a specific location right now, so stay inside, folks. I was telling the people here on the scene, of course, people are always curious. We always get questions on a scene. Just really encourage people to get inside, get elderly people, anyone who might be driving a little bit slower, who might have a distance home tonight. Get to where you can, get to a loved one's home and stay inside. Of course, this is it's a little bit more of an eerie scene now, but things have calmed down since that person who was shot has been moved out of the area. We also know MATA has suspended trolley and bus services as well, and the victim has passed as well, we have learned from authorities. So if you have any information, really don't even try to get information. Just follow what Memphis police are saying. Usually we ask, if you see anything, call 901-528-CASH, but at this point I would say if you see anything online, report that to police. That's what would be my personal recommendation, experiencing scenes like this. So, of course, we are working to gather more details, and like you said, Richard, it is a bit much, more overwhelming, too much for Memphis, the Bluff City. This happening just days after, of course, Eliza Fletcher was identified as well. We've been on that case as well. Back to you.
Yeah, a lot to absorb this week for sure, and this incident tonight is only going to lead to people's I don't know, consternation about what's going on here. But I want to ask you about that particular scene. When we saw you earlier, your previous live report, it looked like there was, even though there's a substantial live presence there still, it looks like some of the police presence has left that scene. As they've done that, have they said where they're going, or are they moving on to another area where they are hearing Ezekiel Kelly, I believe his nickname is Zeke, where he might be, where the search is concentrated?
Yeah, no, our crew hasn't heard specifically from officers here on this scene. Of course, we continue to work our contacts to get more information. It does seem random. There are some reports of might have been posted on Instagram, but I'm working to confirm that information. Of course, before we share that, we're all about, facts, not fear, even though this is a very fearful and scary situation for people. So we are hearing from someone who sounds like he might know something about this situation, and it is, of course, a time where you do want to. Of course, it's early now, but any solutions, from leaders, coming off of coverage of how we can tackle crime has always been a thing for Memphis, and of course we've got eyes on our city now more than ever, more than usual. But yeah, anything we can do to, whether it's education or speaking with church leaders or mentors, we've been doing those stories, back to back, Richard.
Yeah, and as a Memphis native, and I know you love your city, it's hard to have weeks like this where you have random victims who apparently, no, not apparently, absolutely, were doing nothing wrong other than being a part of their normal daily, nightly routines, daily in the case of Eliza Fletcher and nightly in the case of the victims that have been randomly shot tonight. To know that this kind of thing can happen, it's just really concerning, and it's just really, it's disturbing, and you can, as you said, you can understand why people are fearful.
Absolutely. It just occurred to me this morning. It's different. We've just had the murder of Reverend Easton Williams over, in Whitehaven. Love the Whitehaven community, historic community here in the city of Memphis. That carjacking that turned into a homicide. We sat down with her husband as well. So these people, of course, everyone has a light to give. Every life has value. And I think that's important to remember. And this is, just not, of course, my personal opinion. I think most people can agree with that, of course. But just speaking with other leaders about the plans that they have to really solve this crime problem is now more than ever on our minds now. Richard.
Right, absolutely, and we appreciate your hard work there, Rebecca.